Hello guys, this is Pawan from Ambitronics. So today what we are going to tell you in this video, we are going to tell you about how we can debug any code using ST-Link debugger. Basically for STM32 microcontroller, here we have used ST-Link debugger in our last videos as well. So in this video I will show you how we can debug our last program which I have taught about, how we can switch on one LED by pressing the push button using bare metal coding. Means we have only used SimSys. In this case we did not use any standard peripheral libraries like SPL or any HAL, like hardware abstraction layer. So directly we have accessed registers of our STM32L100RC-T6 microcontroller. So you can apply this with any of STM family microcontroller. So okay, we will just start debugging process. So this is our last program. In our last tutorial we have told you about this program. If you did not follow that program, please guys just go to the description. There I have shared the link of that last video program, or else you can also find that video in this I button. So first just watch that video so that you will understand about these registers and all, because I'll explain this in this video as well, but of course you will get some brief idea about these things, how basically why I have written these things in means like these values in those registers and all, and why this we are dereferencing to this these registers through this RCC and then GPIOC. These things you will come to know by watching that video. So I will suggest you again that please watch that video if you haven't watched yet, and if you watch that video then we will start this by just building this. So first we'll build, there is no error and no warning. Now we'll just load this code. So here we have loaded. Now we can go to the debug part through this icon, or else you can also go to the debug part through this. First you should make sure that here ST-Link debugger is selected, here where my cursor is there. How you will make sure about that? You can go to the configure flash tool. In debug part you can just see in use you should select this ST-Link debugger. By default generally U-Link or something else is selected, so you just select this ST-Link debugger and then click on OK. And now just go to the debug, stop debug session, or else I'll just use this icon itself. So here it's debugging. Okay, so initially whenever you will debug your program, first breakpoint will automatically means like our program will start from this main code. So by default it just put one breakpoint here, we can say, that's why it's stopping. So after that you can put breakpoint by clicking on that. Like if I'll just run this code from here, then it will just jump to here until next breakpoint. It will just go through the whole code. We will show each by each step we will go to this program, so no need to put breakpoint and all. So let's start with this by just going to the peripherals, and in system viewer we will select first RCC. This is RCC, and in RCC these registers are there. You can see what registers we have chosen here. You will just see those registers here. This is a CR register, and here this CFGR is this one. So if I just step by step I'll just move on, so you will see how values are changing in the register. So first through this step F11 we can just click on that, and initially all the registers values are 0. So CR value will just RCC clock control register will get 0, but default value this value will be 1 in that case. And if I just click on this again, then 16th bit which is HSE, here you can see where is HSE. This is HSE on. So this HSE on will be enabled after when I will just execute this line. still it's not executed. When it will pass from this line, then only it will get executed. So this is HSE on, this bit will be enabled after just executing that line. And this is HSE ready, this is HSE BYP, and this is HSI on, HSI ready, MSI on, MSI ready. So I'll just tap in through this line. So here you can see this HSE is on now, this bit is enabled. And if I just move again, now here you can see it will wait to be crystal to be enabled. So this HSE ready is enabled, so it will come out of this condition because it is waiting for the 17th bit to be means like when crystal will be stable, this bit will automatically be enabled, so that it will come out of this loop. Now we'll go to the CFGR register. And here in CFGR register we have so many values like this HPRE and then PPRE1, PPRE2, this PLL SRC. We have only played with HPRE bit. So here we are just this bit, this is actually a byte representation, and in this case if we will give some values as in our reference manual, you can see here in our reference manual. If I'll go to the reference manual, and if we will just go to our RCC, let's control F and RCC underscore this is CFGR. So here we'll just search that, and this is clock configuration register. So here you can see this HPRE, this is byte, and in HPRE thing, if we will just enable this bit by just giving some value, then it means we are dividing sys clock by some factor. So this is HPRE AHB prescaler, and here it means if you are giving some values, then if you are giving this value, it means sys clock divided by 2, then if this value, then sys clock divided by 4, and 1010 means sys clock divided by 8. So we have given this value. So here you can see we have just given 0xA0. So if I'll just step in through this, and this HPRE will be A0 now after executing this. So here you can see 0A it is giving, because 0A means basically this HPRE is last byte, it is taking 1010. That's why this value is 0A basically, because it is only seeing this A. If I'll see this reference manual again, and you can see 1010 we are giving, because here in the register if you look on, then we have basically why we have written A0, because A we are giving to this, and this last byte we are giving 0. So that's why it will take in for HPRE value is A only, that's why 0x0A only it is showing. So and that on that way it is showing 0A. Okay, so now we will again move to our AHB ENR. AHB ENR is nothing but this AHB enable register. So to enable the clock means like to enable our GPIO port A, B, C and H, these ports we have to enable. So in this case we are using port C and port A. Port C for just switching on the LED, and port A is for pressing the switch. So one is input and another is output, but anyway we have to enable both the GPIOs. That's why one left shift 0 and one left shift 2. So AHB ENR, if we'll open, this is AHB ENR. You can see this is AHB ENR. This is GPIO P, A enable, B enable, C enable, D enable, C, F, G, D, and by default F is already enabled. So through this also you can disable this thing, but we can't able to disable because default value we can say is this, like this. So this is basically this is FLIT FEN, one bit is there. So okay, so we will just execute this thing, and let's see you can see A is enabled and then C is also enabled. Now we will just see how other things are working. Other things, modder, O-typer, modder, if you want to see, then again we have to go to the peripherals, we have to go to the GPIO, we have to select GPIO-C, and here in this GPIO-C, this is the modder register. In this modder register, modder 8, we have to we will get value in modder 8. Please check our last video why modder 8 is we are talking by just giving one left shift 16. Basically we are enabling this modder 8. So here you can see this modder 8 is getting 1, and O-typer is 0. O-speeder, if you will say this is for low, medium, high speed. So we have given medium speed, I suppose. So again that same 8th bit will be get 1, and again then we'll go to the GPIO-A. GPIO-A, for GPIO-A we need to go to again to the peripheral, and GPIO-A, here is the GPIO-A, and GPIO-A again modder is this default value is this one, so it will nothing will happen in this because this is a default value. PUPDR, anyhow we didn't select anything, so in this while one. Now here you can see if GPIO-A IDR ended with one left shift 0 is not equal to 0, it means if switch is pressed, then on that case this will get 1, and 1 ended with 1 is 1 is not equal to 0, that is true. So this will just switch on the LED connected to GPIO-C. So if I'll just execute this, I have not pressed any switch yet, so it will go to the GPIO-C BSRR register, which is this in GPIO-C. Here you will see this is BSRR register. So these are the BR value and these are the BS value. I have already explained BS value and BR value. If you will give 1 to BS value, it means you are setting that bit. If you will give 1 to BR value, it means you are resetting that bit. So this is the logic. So anyhow, if I will show you the hardware. So this is my hardware, and here you can see if I will just press this switch user button. Let's this is reset, this is user button. So if I'll just press this and I'm press and holding this switch, and if I'll just go to this step in again, now this will be true. Here you can see it's true now, and our LED will glow. Here you can see because it's executed. So here you can see BSRR is getting 1 now, but it goes gets 1 for a brief time. Here through this also you can just disable this LED. If BR8 is, if we'll give 1 to BR register, then it means we are resetting that bit. So if I'll give 1 from this software also, then I can also switch off the LED. So here you can see now LED is switched off. See, you can see for a time being only it is getting 1 and then disable getting the 0, because this is ODR, it affects the value of ODR register basically. So this way this code debugging is working. So this is our hardware, and if I'll press it again and again, this will go like that and it will be true, and it will again go like that. So from here again I can switch off this, or if I want to switch on, I can also switch on from this BS8 itself. So directly reflects the hardware. Here you can see without any debugging I just switched on this LED through this. So this way you can see how we can in runtime also we can play with this register bit and all. So again if I'll press this and this is true, and if I'll just release this is false. So this way through hardware also it's working, and you can able to understand I think how these registers and all are working. I hope you like this video. If you have any doubt regarding this, just feel free to comment us below, and please like this video if you are really getting something, and don't forget to subscribe our channel. Thanks for watching.